Hello and welcome to a Week 10 edition of the EstablishandRun.com NFL betting show. My name is Adam Levitan, as always joined by Evan Silva, and today we are back to talk sides, talk totals, talk props, have some good old-fashioned fun. As always, I want to give the disclaimer that I do not personally bet sides and totals. It's honestly just for fun. We know that people love it, and if I do bet sides or totals, it's really just to throw the books off the scent as we ravage them in props. In other words, maybe our accounts don't get shut down if we give them some action on sides and totals. Evan, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm hoping that the NBA props team comes through with a bunch of plays later today. What's the word on that?
So I was actually going to mention that. I have to tell everyone that if you like to actually make plus EV bets, the ETR props product, NBA props product, and NFL really is just out of control. There's still 5 months left in the NBA season. Props guys have already fired off 155 props and won 100 of them, which is like just totally insane. So it's separate from the DFS product, the NBA. If you sign up for this, you get access to the NBA props Discord where you'll get alerts when our guys bet. Really is a soft market, and we're on it 24/7 as openers come out, doing projections 24/7 so that we can be ready for the props. So yeah, I mean, it's for fun. The NBA prop stuff is really where the money is for sure. All right, let's get into it here with Week 10. Evan, I won last week. Shout out to me. 2-1 last week. Vikings and Packers hit. Lost to the Saints. Got the win. I will give you the honors this week with the first pick of the Week 10 betting draft.
All right, because that's good because I'm going to take a lock. Not really, but I do kind of like this one. Seahawks getting back a lot of reinforcements in terms of players. I mean, Russell Wilson is coming back. Chris Carson, who we thought a couple weeks ago might be done for the year, he's back. I mean, I guess he's over the neck issue. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett coming off the bye. You know, Tyler Lockett often struggles late in seasons because he just gets so nicked up and he refuses to sit out a game. But everybody's healthy right now for Seattle. And Angry Aaron coming back, the narrative for Green Bay. David Bakhtiari finally going to make his season debut. So I think that I like the over on this one. It's 49 points. I'm a little concerned. I'm always concerned about Packers games because of the pace at which they play. Their defense has been good this year. Seattle's defense has gotten better on paper. But if you look at their last three opponents, Pittsburgh, New Orleans, Jacksonville, I'm not really buying it. I think that their defense is still really problematic, and Aaron Rodgers is going to come back and shred them. And then whenever you get Russ back, you have the ability to make big plays sporadically. You don't even have to sustain offense to score points when you're Seattle because you have so much big play potential. So I think that we can get the over like 27-23 on 49, something like that. So that's the way that I'm going. Staying on brand, picking an over.
I thought you were going to go Seahawks side, which I thought was at least interesting, but over 49, there is a 50 out there on FanDuel, just a naked 50 line out there, but 49 is painted pretty much across the board elsewhere in Seahawks Packers. Yeah, I'm excited to see what Russ can do in his first game back. And like you said, the Packers, I mean, assuming Aaron Rodgers is back, which I think he will be, they're almost at full strength. I mean, they're absolutely loaded. So yeah, should be good. Okay. For my first play, it's painful, man, but you guys know I love betting underdogs, home underdogs in island games. And so I'm going to go down here to the Sunday night game, which is Chiefs Raiders, and grab the Raiders coming out of their bye. Coming off the loss at the Giants in a home division game against the Chiefs. They've played the Chiefs well throughout the years, throughout the Mahomes era, even when the Chiefs have been playing well. The way the Chiefs are playing now, I don't know, man. Like the talent level on the Chiefs is just really poor. And so the Raiders to be getting 2.5 at home in an island game, I like that for sure. I think that the Chiefs have covered like 4 out of their last 20 games, which is, I mean, absolutely mind-blowing because, you guys know me. I think these lines are really efficient. And so most of the time, teams over a 20-game sample, over a 50-game sample are going to be around 50-50 in terms of how often they cover. To be 4-16 against the spread in your last 20 just shows how much the market has overrated how good this Chiefs team is. I still think that Patrick Mahomes can find it, but yeah, it's scary right now. We've talked about that a lot on the Tuesday pod. So yeah, I'll go Raiders plus 2.5. That line is painted across the board.
Yeah. And, one of the biggest reasons I think that the Kansas City offense has struggled is because their offensive line makeover just has not gone as planned. And it doesn't seem to be getting better. You would think that with continuity, it would start to be getting better, but it really hasn't. And the Raiders can rush the passer. I mean, the Raiders aren't, great on defense. They're not great in the middle of the field. They're not great in the secondary, but they absolutely can get after the passer with Max Crosby, Yannick Ngakoue, and those guys can make Patrick Mahomes uncomfortable.
Yep. All right, let's go to Evan's second round draft pick.
Yeah. All right. So 8 points at home is a lot, but the Cowboys coming off of this chin check loss to Denver, Falcons coming off this upset win over New Orleans at the Superdome. I think the Cowboys go back home, smash, and take care of business against Atlanta. I don't think they're very good. I mean, we talk about it every week, how many scrubs they're trotting out on offense. They are dead last in both quarterback hit rate and sack rate on defense. Dak's going to be comfortable. Gallup looks like he's going to be back. O-line looking in pretty good shape for Dallas. It pains me that today or yesterday in practice, Randy Gregory suffered an injury and he's not going to play in this game. They were already without DeMarcus Lawrence. So that hurts Dallas's defense. But I think that their offense is going to hit on all cylinders. And I'm sure we'll talk about it a lot on the Friday show. This will be a popular game to discuss, Atlanta against Dallas. But I think the Cowboys get it done here, and they cover the 8.
Back-to-back road games for the Falcons, who actually played surprisingly well. I mean, I had the Saints -6 last week, and that was just drawing dead from the start. And so Falcons played really well. Cowboys played really poorly. I mean, these are the kind of spots that I like to look for. One team where the market overreacts to how bad the Cowboys played last week. Market also overreacts to how well the Falcons played last week. I think you can see that a little bit in these lines. I mean, DraftKings is at -8 on the Cowboys, but there's 9s out there. There's a 9.5 on MGM, 9 on FanDuel. And so DraftKings does have the best line, though, at -8 if you're looking to take the Cowboys. All right. I am going to go with Broncos -2.5. So I used to live in Philadelphia. Now I live in Denver. 2 teams here going head to head. And yeah, I mean, the Eagles, I thought, played really well last week and still couldn't get it done. And in this extreme run heavy way that they're playing, it's just really hard to generate wins, I think, when you're playing like this. And also, I mean, on offense, the Broncos are getting Jerry Jeudy healthy or have Jerry Jeudy healthy. They're getting Noah Fant back. Obviously we know about Sutton. Tim Patrick is playing well. They have Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams playing well. On offense, I think the Broncos can give the Eagles defense plenty of problems here. On the flip side, I know Broncos have lost a ton of pieces, but when you're just shoving the ball into the belly of Jordan Howard and Boston Scott, as your game plan 25 times, that just doesn't scare me at all. So I'll go ahead and grab the 2.5 here. I think the best line is on FanDuel. Broncos -2.5, -110. Shout out to Teddy and the Broncos. Let's get it done this week. Evan, your third selection.
All right. We're going to go with tonight's game. Dolphins, I mean, Jacoby Brissett, no Will Fuller, no Devontae Parker. Defensively, they've been one of the most disappointing units in the entire league. Their offensive line is problematic. The Ravens are just going to fire blitz after blitz after blitz against the Dolphins tonight. And I think that Lamar Jackson's in an incredible spot. Mark Andrews is in a great spot. Marquise Brown, going back to Florida, where he earned the nickname Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the real Hollywood, right? Or are we giving that to Higgins now?
Well, Marquise is the real Hollywood, Florida. Rashard Higgins is the real Hollywood of Hollywood,
the
California.
NFL.
He lost his job to Anthony Schwartz and Donovan Peoples-Jones, but still, he can go back to Hollywood.
Right. I'm going to go with the Ravens cover. It's 8 or it's 7.5. Right? Where can we get the best?
This screen on Action is showing that you can get a 9 on Fox Bet right now, and I think that's correct. But man, 7.5 and 9. Obviously, there's not a ton of games that land 8 and 9, but it's still, I mean, it's worth a ton if you're going to bet Dolphins to take the 9. If you're going to bet the Ravens, like Evan, like 7.5 minus 105 on DraftKings is indeed the best line.
Yeah, so I'm going to take that.
Okay. Let's go to. All right, I'm going to take a prop just because, I'm looking to get winners here. And you guys know I love props. I'm going to give a few here because I'm not sure what's still on the board. We did bet some of these already. Sammy Watkins coming back after being out for a while. And I think, I mean, I don't know if you agree, Evan, but I think Rashad Bateman has Wally pipped him. And they took Rashad Bateman in the first round, so it shouldn't be a surprise at all. But I think there's a really good chance that Rashad Bateman plays ahead of Sammy Watkins tonight. I guess first I asked your comment on that. Evan, what do you think the wide receiver rotation will be tonight between Watkins and Bateman?
Well, I wouldn't compare Sammy Watkins to Lou Gehrig, so I wouldn't go with the Wally Pip. But I mean, obviously I know what you're saying, and yeah, I mean, I think there's every reason to believe that. I think that, what I put in my matchups column for this one is that it just makes all the sense in the world for the Ravens to limit Sammy Watkins. I mean, if you want to give him a chance in hell of making it to the end of the season, you drop him down in terms of his playing time. He plays like 40% the rest of the way. You mix in Devin Duvernay. You're getting I think that they're getting Nick Boyle back this week, so they'll be able to play more. They'll use more multi-tight end sets. But there's no way in hell that they should run out Sammy Watkins for, lots and lots of snaps. I mean, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah. And so the bet for me was Sammy Watkins under 36.5 receiving yards. It's down to 35.5 now. I still think that it's a bet. And also Sammy Watkins under 2.5 catches. You can get a plus 120 on DraftKings right now, according to the tool that I'm looking at. Sammy Watkins under 2.5 catches, plus 120. Again, to get the plus 120 there. I mean, if he's the number 3 option or number 4 option on the Ravens, that's a good bet anyways. And then you factor in all of the risks that the Ravens blow them out and the risk that Sammy aggravates and the risk that he's limited. So I think that's pretty strong, the Sammy Watkins under stuff. I'll go ahead and cheat a little bit and take that prop as my other one. And also, if you really want to double down on it, you could take Sammy Watkins unders and Rashad Bateman overs if you really want to get dicey here, because you can get Bateman over 2.5 catches right now as well. And Bateman, there were some 26s out there. You got to be quick, though. Now Bateman's up to 33.5 yards. So I'd probably pass on that at 33.5 on Bateman. But yeah, good fun in the prop streets tonight. We have a lot of action on a lot of different stuff. Salvon Ahmed, Bateman, Watkins, etc. All right. Do we each do 3, Evan? We each did 3 picks, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. I was getting so excited about the Sammy Watkins stuff. I lost my mind for a second there. All right. Thank you all for checking this out. If you are listening on iTunes or anywhere podcasts can be found, please hit the subscribe button. It's free, helps us out a lot. Same on YouTube. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. It is free, helps us out a ton. For Evan, for producer Adam, I am Adam. Good luck, everybody.